T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello guys and dolls, welcome back to Honey Badger 3D Print and Paint. I am joined by Mike, Russell Brand's biggest fan.
Hello,
That's really bad. Comical. It's almost satire at that point, almost satire. So today we are taking a look at the Saturn 3 Ultra 12K. So there's only a couple of 12K, there's only a couple of 12K printers on the market. There's this one, and there is one from Anycubic as well. There are upgrade kits available for the Frozen Mighty, but not the Mega, and I do not believe for the Mini at the moment either, although I assume they're in the works. The main thing with the 12K, we really need to start getting away from talking about resolution and talking more specifically about pixel density, right? So the pixel density is what matters. That's what gives you the lower XY UM, and those UMs are what give you the higher details. An 8K screen on a 10.1 inch printer will produce better results than an 8K screen on a 15 inch printer, for example. And the same goes as a 10.1 inch at 4K would perform very similarly to a 15 inch at 8K. So the UMs on this are a little difficult, but so they are 19 by 24. So the pixel density on this is fairly similar to what you would get on a mini 8K from Frozen, or a mighty 8K, a mini 8K or a mini 8KS. That kind of pixel density. So as well with this machine, it comes with ACF. So ACF is the latest buzzword in MSLA. So we had FEP, then we had NFEP. Now we've got ACF. And ACF, in theory, has a lower friction coefficient than NFEP. The 4K Frozen Mighty, 4K, can I upgrade? What, as in, so 4K you can there's an upgrade kit to get you to the 8K.
Yeah, for the
I don't know if you can go from the 4K to the 12.
Yeah,
if you look on their website, they should say. And if they don't, then let me know, Matt. Just drop me a message and I'll ask our rep over at Frozen, and I'll see what they say. Because yeah, I don't. Just the honest answer is I don't know. I know you can go from the 8K to the 12K, but I don't know if 4K and the 8K are different boards. So it would depend, I guess, on how old the 4K is. Maybe, I don't know, but drop me a message and I'll see if I can ask. So basically the claim on this is that with the ACF film lowering the friction coefficient, you are going to be looking at 150 millimeters an hour. Now, if that's true, that's very impressive. That is up with the likes of Apex Maker is 180 millimeters an hour.
Well, I've currently got the Apex
about
running.
190.
I've currently got the Apex running. I've got it on Sunloo profile, so not the speed profile for their resin.
Yeah.
It's been going for 2 hours and 38 minutes, and it's done 113 millimeters.
So as well with that 150 mil. So I haven't looked at the profile yet, but I'm betting that 150 mil is on a 0.1 millimeter profile. I don't print on a 0.1 millimeter profile, so I don't do tests on a 0.1 millimeter profile.
We do them on 0.
It's pointless.
Yeah.
If you just need something in resin and you need it draft, then okay, I kind of get it. But if all we're going to do is continuously and constantly up the layer height to say that we've now got a faster printer,
then all printers are faster.
Then all prints are super fast because I could put a 4mm nozzle on an FDM printer. I could print a whole vase in 26 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It gets to a point where the purpose of the speed is to retain the detail but still work at speed, not just to go off. So anyway, let's get into it. So let's see what it looks like in
I will say though, earlier on when I carried that Apex maker from my car all the way along the side of my house, through my back garden gate, into here and onto there, pretty sure I burst something.
It's a heavy printer.
Yeah.
I know, because when you weren't here, I had to pick it up onto the desk that we built that's 9 foot tall.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, I think I burst. I think it's permanent.
Right. So this is. Oh, look at that! We even actually get a UK one. This could be a big day. Have we finally? We've finally been given a UK kettle cord by someone. What an amazing day.
We actually did a video earlier on for the Nova Fast Cure Pro curing chamber that came with an English plug as well.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
My. What an age we live in.
I know.
Where I haven't every week got to go out and buy
everything's coming up us.
Yeah, everything's coming up us, yeah.
Which sounds really bad when you think about it.
The leveling card. So one of the big differences between this and, say, the Anycubic M5 is the M5 uses a force leveling sensor. That force leveling sensor, I'm not going to lie, is a problem on that machine. So I'm glad that we've got a more traditional way of leveling on this. We've got you can tell this is a high quality instruction manual because the corners are round, so you can't poke yourself in the eye with them. So that's good. Right, and then we come to the actual machine. Is there anything else in here? Or is it just printer? Let's pull that out. Just printer. So let's
You was like a strong man lifting an Atlas stone then, the way you had that perched on
what
your
can
shoulder.
I say? I've got deceptively powerful hands, which I've found out to my own cost.
I'm so tired tonight. We've done so much filming today. We filmed for 6 hours.
Yeah, we did.
Carried so many printers around, like for really long distances.
Yeah. The problem is so the workshop where I keep my machines is right at the end of the garden, but obviously we don't film in the workshop. So
where we film is at the very furthest part of the front of the house.
When was the last time James ever read a manual? Well, I mean, I looked at the corners, like, what more do you want? There's never anything interesting in the manual. It's just how stuff's supposed to work. We're all about giving an authentic experience, because I know none of you guys open the manuals either. That's not true, actually. I know that Andrew S. reads every manual, and he keeps them as well.
Yeah, on a bookshelf.
All these manuals.
On a bookshelf. In alphabetical order.
Yeah, Andrew reads all of his manuals, and he
even buys manuals off of eBay for printers he ain't even got.
I bet Andrew's the kind of person who has. So bear in mind, Andrew is the person who invariably has corrected near enough every mistake I've ever made on a live stream when I've been building stuff or whatever. Andrew's the man who knows that inevitably he's going to be called.
Basically, what he knows what you're doing is wrong when you're doing it.
Yeah, he's not the hero we asked for, but he's the hero that we need right now. Okay, so let's just quickly go back over this. So obviously we've got printer here. This is our little accessory box. So we've got some medical gloves. We've got some. So this is a new trend that I've started.
Yeah, everywhere keeps doing these Allen keys now.
Everyone keeps doing these bronzed Allen keys. I don't know what. I mean, there is, to be clear, it's a half and half because two of the Allen keys are bronzed. They're for display. And then the back office Allen keys, they're the silver ones. No one
This
looks
has
at
come
them.
with this has come with the bronze ones. The Apex maker came with bronze ones.
Yeah.
And the Magforms P13 came with an entire set and a case.
Yeah. Like these are Susan in sales. You get her out the front, and then you've got Terry who sits in the back and he plays with his calculator all day. They're the ugly ones. Ugh. Then you've got a plastic scraper. You've got a normal scraper, which nobody's laser engraved, so we'll be sorting that out at some point. You've got a generic, but for some reason yellow USBs there, unbranded. Doesn't say whether what
So it
brand
shows
that
up on
is.
an all-black printer.
Yeah. So then we have one of the Elegoo purification stations. So these are USB powered, and they just plug into the back. We have our power brick, 24 volt. We have a couple of face masks, so that's nice. We've got some filters. We've got, this is a Wi-Fi stick, and then we've got a plastic business card. Oh, a free lifetime for Voxel Dance. Oh, that's good. Okay, so Voxel Dance Tango is the slicer. I'm not going to show you that QR code anymore because I know someone on here is going to steal it. But I'll get that registered on the Sharpie. Yeah, that's the free lifetime of Voxel Dance Tango. So that's good. There is, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, there is actually a profile on
Already on Jitterbox for this.
Box. So there we go. So we will more than likely be using Chitu Box for ours. We're just used to the slicer. So this screws on the side over here. So pull this out. There's a little thingy in here. That's the knob for the build plate. Back to here. Here for the moment. Build plate. Nice big Elegoo branded knob there. Yeah, just a bit more packaging. And then we have the machine itself. Let's get this box out of the way. So we just need to take that out because we're going to have to level this.
It's a good job, Phil, because I've got no FDM printers.
Oh, so there was a protector on the back of that, and there's a protector on the screen. Both of those come off. They're just shipping protectors. I can't see a screen protector, so I don't think this has got a screen protector pre-installed, and it doesn't appear to come with one either. There is a little, hold on, camera three. So there is a little rubber cover that can go over the USB. So if you aren't using the supplied air purifier, then you can put the little rubber stopper on it so that resin doesn't go in there. But we are going to use it. Sits on there nicely. Build plate, please press firmly when on the build plate when tightening the screws.
Nice. That was nice.
So that is the build plate. Laser etched. Nice build plate there. Slides on.
Well, we actually today, Phil, we actually filmed the Ecto 1, which is there. It's done, it's finished. The reason it's not glued to the base is because if I glue it to the base, I can't actually get it through a door. So we're delivering it not next week, week after to Photocentric. So it won't be glued into place until I put that base in the boot of my car. Then I'll glue it all into place in the boot of the car. Because once it gets to them, they've got shutters, and it's going to shows, and they've got shutters. No normal sized doors. Not a problem. Well, it's not our problem then. So, but yeah, we filmed that today. But I did realise what would be cool is if it had a couple of Ghostbusters on it. So I'm currently printing Ray and Peter so that they can go on the back of the base alongside the car. So that's what's barreling through the apex.
Sorry, just quickly. Second USB on this side. So I don't know if that means you can have 2 air purifiers or if there's like a webcam that you can get that installs. But there's one.
Or could you use the USB stick in there?
No, I wouldn't have thought that it's data. I'd have thought it's only power.
There must be something that's either an add-on or coming for it then.
Potentially. Could just be that you could use. So that's a little bit of a weird choice. So the Wi-Fi aerial goes on the side, but then so does the power cord. That goes in the side, not at the back. The power switch is on the side, and that makes perfect sense. But yeah,
everything's on the side on this.
Yeah, so there really isn't anything on the back. So,
oh, you can have 2 of the air purifiers on there.
Is that all? Like, just you could have 2 air purifiers? If I unplugged my kettle cord, I bet I have.
That's like if you really want to super purify.
Power cord's on. Oh, it is on. Oh, just took a second to start up. Okay, so let's turn it like that. Tools, manual. Let's home that to 0.
Yes, Phil, I have added green goo. So it is on now.
Put the leveling card underneath. Back to 0.
We haven't actually had to level a printer for a while, have we? The last few we've all had in have all been...
Yeah, I suppose. So it says you press firmly on it whilst you're doing the screws up.
Apart from the cool Seeger, which took some real work working out how you could do that.
Yeah, that took a bit of graft. I'd love to have been in that design meeting.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll just... Yeah, it's not really level. I'm pressing down on all the sides when I did that up. So let's do that properly. There. Dual linear rails, nice. Yeah, and nice fat dual linear rails as well.
I actually really like the look of this printer, where it's all sort of black. It's a nice change from the usual orange.
Cool, right. Okay, that back in. Screws back on. Now, the question is, what resin do I have? I have to admit, I was kind of expecting it to come with some, but it didn't. So what have I got? There we go. That'll do the job. Bit of standard yayo resin. There we go. Pop that in there like that. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the max. We're only going to do a test print on this live. And then, oh, yeah, makes a lot of sense. Hold on. There we go. Cool. Right. Okay. So let's put the hood back on. So interestingly, there is a plate on the back here. I'll go back to that is screwed in. That one would assume would mean you could fit an actual extractor to it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's sealed at the moment. There's a plate over that, but one would assume you could undo that and you could fit an actual extractor. So that's quite a good touch. I mean, again, we're moving into a place where we're starting to see people think about the actual design of the printers, right? That it has everything in it that they need and all of that stuff. Let's just move that into shot. Let's plug in the USB and see what we're working with. Ooh. How is it possible that there are 5 sides to a USB? That no matter how many times I try and plug a USB, like I'm an adult person, I should be able to plug in a frigging USB cord. I should be able to do it.
If you don't try it on if you don't have at least 3 attempts, you're not doing it properly.
It's just like, why does everything have to be that hard? Like, why does it need to be that hard? Right, so the options are Chi2 Box Basic, Voxel Dance Tango, which, as I said, we've got the card for. There are a couple of printing tests. There's a quick test model standard resin and a Rook as well. There's a Rook there. We are going to do a frozen one. So let's pull up. Where's my Chi2 box gone? It's over here, obviously. I just want to be clear. I'm fully aware that you can see my desktop in the reflection. This isn't how I normally keep my. Before I start getting angry letters from people saying that I don't keep a tidy desktop. When I plug it into the television, it moves all my icons around. All right. Right. What am I looking for? I am looking for Elegoo. Lots of Marses. Saturn 3 Ultra. That's the job. Apply. So 3 profiles: fast resin fast, standard resin fast, standard resin normal. We're going to do standard resin fast. So that puts us at 3.5 seconds a layer on exposure time. I'd challenge that's probably a little bit overexposed, but rather do overexposure at this stage and then work our way back. So, frozen test right there. Slice it. Save it. USB drive. Chi2 box file. It's a 3-minute 34 print. I want to be clear.
What?
That's really fast, if that's true.
That's ridiculously fast.
That doesn't sound. I mean, hey, look, maybe it will. Who knows?
Doesn't sound
It'll be a
true.
laugh. Let's see how aggressive this goes. All right. Oh, hold on. Let me switch cameras so that everyone can see what I'm doing. So, no, that one. Okay. Yeah, Carl, the 150 millimeters a second. I just don't know if that's. Oh, I suppose I didn't check that, actually. I didn't check what layer height that is. So, because if that's a 0.1 layer height. It is.
But
So
even
it's
at
a
0.5 layer height, that's only 7 minutes.
0.1. That's a 0.1 layer height. So if we were actually slicing that in a normal profile, oh, it's 11 minutes in a normal profile. I'm going to leave it at the 0.1 for the moment. I'm more interested, I suppose, to see whether or not this is going to do everything it's supposed to, I guess. Make sure that I've leveled the bed properly and all that stuff. It's with rapid resin 150. Yeah, exactly. USB file.
But Elegoo didn't send us any resin with this, so
They didn't send us any resin with it, no. Print. Well, it's not moody going down.
yeah, that's quite quick.
Let's take this off so that you guys can actually see it printing. I've lost count of what's wrong with me, so I think it'll probably be all right that I'll survive through this. I'm even gonna throw some gloves on for you. Look at that. Did they not leave it with me? Oh God. Every time I leave something with Carl, I end up with 6 new printers in the shop. Like, so I want to be clear. We've been incredibly lucky over the last month. There's been a number of manufacturers that have reached out and wanted to work with us. Carl's been doing his magic on social media and a few other bits and pieces. So, so as Mike said, we did a lot of videos this weekend. So there's 6 videos in total. One of which
should be,
is not really not important who did it, but somebody. It doesn't matter who it was. We won't even name their name, but somebody did delete one of the bits of footage off the SD card before transferring it onto our drive.
Which
it's not important who it was.
Which, annoyingly enough, is the video we were supposed to release first.
I mean, look, hey, it happens. So anyway, so we've done the K1 Max, we've done the Quiddy X Plus 3, we have done our first look at the Apex Maker. We have done the Ecto 1. We haven't done, so I've still got to finish my Daredevil model. So that's next on the list. And then
we did the Nova 3D Fast Cure.
Yeah, we did the Fast Cure for Nova 3D. So Nova have a new Fast Cure out. It's a nice little tidy box that cures. I'll be honest and say the one that we want is I really want to see how Anycubic's new wash and cure station works. Yeah. I think that's going to be a real really cool one.
But it would be the first time we've done something with Anycubic, so.
Well, I mean, yes, it's the first time we would have worked with Anycubic because one of our fans bought the M3 Max for us when it was on sale. So, so that was obviously fantastic. I'm still pushing for that. Oh, while you're pushing for it, Carl, could you push for a new M3 Max screen? Because not important who did it, but the screen that previously wasn't broken, you can't legally say that it's not broken anymore.
If you was going to really be pedantic about it, you would say it's broken.
I mean, some people would say that it's broken. I would say it's unrepaired.
Or unrepairable.
It is unrepairable. That's absolutely true. Those screens are temperamental. Mine is.
Especially since he doesn't know how it broke.
No, I don't know how it broke. So I redid the summer house, the workshop that I've got in the garden, and when
that included the floor, so everything came out.
I had to move all the printers out. I was doing the floor, so everything had to come out. It is possible that so the screen fits really snugly where it is. So if there was any shock to the machine, then it went through the body pretty much straight into the screen. So so yeah. Look, I mean, it is what it is. These things happen. It's not ideal, but you know, it is now. It's now less than working, a lot less than working. So,
but we have got this, which is cool.
Fun little fact. Oh yeah, got a big worm head.
Yeah.
How much has it been leaking?
It's not resin coming out. It's IPA.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, I'm not being funny. I know it's hard to see because of where the camera is.
But you can see that going. You can see that rapidly going up and down.
It is going at a pace. So ACF is on the Apex and it's on the Cool Silver. And I'll be honest and say that really is very, very fast. I suppose
you can see this going up and down in the background.
Yeah.
So this is on like a 1.5 second layer.
So on 0.5 millimeter layer, this is only 2.5 seconds a layer. But obviously there's twice the amount of layers. So although it cures for less time, there's double the amount. So really, you got to think of it as you're going from 3.5 seconds to really 5 seconds. Going up and down like a teenager's first time. Well, I mean, I'll tell you now, if you lasted 3 minutes on your first time, I think you did a lot better than I did. I think I spent longer apologizing. So we're going to crack on. Okay. Oh, that's going to get it demonetized. Excellent. So this should only take a couple more, not even a couple more minutes, like another minute and a half, I think, and then we should have a finished print. It's already 89%. That's mad. So let's just. Of course, we could just look at this and it turn out to not be a finished print when it's done. Right? It's all well and good me saying that, but oh, and it's finished. Okay, well, I was going to readjust the camera, but it seems like little point now.
Well, if there's actually something on there.
There's a print on that build plate. There's actually a print on that build plate. So let's just be clear, 31 minutes, we are unboxed, leveled, sliced, and first print coming off in under 30 minutes. That is a record for us.
Is it on there?
There's a print on there. There's a print on that build plate. I know there's somebody that saw me just get a little droplet on the front there, so I'll wipe that off so that we don't get complaint letters from Elegoo. Right, so pop this down here. Pop this down here. There is a print on that build plate. And it's not over cured either. So I'm going to just dab the resin off because I haven't got my wash station in here. That is insanely quick.
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, that's not even a terrible print. It really isn't. That really is not even that bad.
I didn't really read up much on this, but I didn't expect it to be this quick.
So, bear in mind that this is at a 0.1 millimeter layer height, okay? So this isn't a 0.5, but I don't know if that's going to let me. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Oh God, let's see if I can get that to focus. I don't know if I can. That is printed. 0.1 mil layer height.
We've seen worse than that.
Yeah, you can still read all the text. Like that is I mean, again, not washed, not cured. So there's still going to be resin on the front of that. That's why it's so shiny. Like that is rapid.
Yeah, we've definitely had worse than that come off printers on a live stream.
Inside of 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Normally a 25-minute print.
It's normally 25, 30 minutes to print that.
Yeah. That is insane. That's insane. So if we wanted to do the Rook, let's just take the Rook STL.
It is a record, Cole. Yeah, easily it's a record.
Oh, yeah, that's a record. To go from out of the box, leveled, sliced, printed, and off you go in 30 minutes, that's
because the only other two printers
absolutely
we've
a
got
record.
that are quick like that is the Apex and the Corsica, and we both burst things getting them out of the packaging as well.
Yeah, well, again, I mean, they're bigger printers. They're
Bigger
different,
printers, but like
so
this is a small size printer.
Let's take a look.
Anybody could have this size printer. There's a lot you can print on this printer.
So if we wanted to do a Rook on normal, okay, so a Rook on normal is 2 hours 21. A Rook on standard is 46 minutes. And if we were using fast resin, it's 25 minutes. So that Rook is 50 millimeters. So in 25 minutes, in 22 minutes, sorry, in 22 minutes, that machine will do a 50 millimeter print in fast resin.
Also what you've got to bear in mind, this is $500.
Well, actually, right now, yes, $499 right now. Yeah.
$500 for this.
Yeah. I don't think, and you've got to bear in mind as well that so the fast resin profile, hold on. The very fast resin profile is a 0.1 layer height. So if you were doing Warhammer, for example,
28
you
millimeter.
could do a plate of Warhammer at 0.05, and I would bet you'd be knocking that out in 40 minutes. Inside of an hour, you could have a full build plate of Space Marines. To be clear, it would take me longer to drive to my nearest Games Workshop, purchase them, and drive back.
This has got to be the same sort of speed then as the Hallet Mage.
It's got to be close.
Yeah,
it's got to be close. And at 12K, like the detail's all there. I challenge the logic of having a 12K printer that for some reason you'd then be printing at a 0.1 millimeter layer height.
Yeah, you
I don't really get the thought pattern behind that, because what's the point?
If a 12K printer, I'd be as lower level as I could.
Exactly. Why would you have something that's capable of more detail? But I mean, again, if speed is just the thing that you need, so if for example, you're genuinely not, you're not printing high detail models.
No, the thing is, this is quick enough. If maybe you're doing Warhammer, you'd stick it on a 0.25 layer height.
0.05, but yeah,
but but you'd still be done quicker than most others.
Yeah, absolutely. If you went to a 0.5, I'm telling you that you do a, and it'll be one of the tests that we do. We'll do a build plate full of Space Marines and do a Space Marine. How many Space Marines are in a normal pack from?
Depends what you're getting. 3, 5, or 10.
I bet we could do 10 Space Marines on that. And do you know what? That's going to be a video we're going to do. We are going to see whether or not I could drive, how long it takes me to drive to Games Workshop to buy a pack of Space Marines, to then drive back, and how long it takes me to print 10 identical Space Marines.
Yeah.
That's going to be a video we're going to do.
Yeah. All right.
Because I am betting that it's quicker to print 10 Space Marines than it is for me to go to my Games Workshop and buy them. It's certainly cheaper than me buying them online. And it's certainly quicker than me buying them online. But that's nice.
Well, we'll be doing custodies because that's what I'm painting at the minute. So.
Right. Well, we'll do custodies then. Right, fair enough. So that's that. I mean, again, it's a nice looking printer. Like, it's not ugly for all that anyone really cares about that.
No, I think it looks really nice. It looks different because it's black.
Yeah. If I had one gripe, this touchscreen is a little small. But again, you can't put a 7-inch touchscreen on a 10.1-inch printer. So I have to bear in mind.
Well, the thing is as well, this is $500. If you put a bigger screen,
you can't bolt an iPad to the front of every single printer, right? It's silly to say stuff like that. Now, saying that, because this has Wi-Fi built in, really might not actually touch the touchscreen that much. Like, I might be able to actually get away with just pretty much pressing the confirm button every now and again and doing everything from the slicer. So, but they still put the USB in the side or the back. So the USB is in the side. So I don't know if you can. Hold on. I'll have to pull out. Hold on. Scoop. And I've unplugged it as well, which also isn't ideal. Bear with me, callers. Is that going to work? No.
No. Well, take it from us. It's on the side. Along with the power and the Wi-Fi aerial, all on the side.
Yeah. No, doesn't like it. Okay, yeah. So the USB stick is in the side. The Wi-Fi is in the side. The power is in the side. In fact, I should just be able to, without spilling anything,
there you go.
Show you just here. So you've got power cord, power switch, Wi-Fi dongle, and then USB. The dongle is not removable. So that is just a Wi-Fi aerial, not a... the Anycubic M5 is the same price as this with a smaller build plate. Yeah, and the M5 has, the way it levels, it's got a force level sensor. So you don't level it, it levels itself. The problem with that is with the ACF film has a really high elasticity. So as it pushes the build plate down, can actually compress the ACF ever so slightly, and it's throwing off people's stuff. Does it have built-in ports for the carbon filters? It does indeed, yes. So I can show you that one because I can show you that on the overhead camera. So you can see over here on this. Oh, I've got to move back now. No, wrong way. There. Right. So the ports are covered. So there is a port this side with a little rubber USB. That goes right there. This one is currently plugged in, but there's also a little cover to go on there as well. So you can have one either side. And as well, in the back of this, you can see there's this plate here. This plate removes and would let you fit a small USB fan to plug into this side, and then you could run an extractor directly off of it. So, so you could actually have, if you needed to, run a little extractor setup that gets all the nastiness straight out. And what I like as well is you've got these little rubber caps. Which
or that other one could be for a heater.
I mean, it could be. And I mean, it is USB power, so there's no specific reason it couldn't be. In theory, there's no reason it couldn't be for a little Wi-Fi camera. I don't think they're data ports, so I don't think you can connect a camera and it would work on the screen or anything. But I would bet that you can probably use that for a heater. If there's a VAT band that goes around the VAT that is then USB powered, you could use it to heat the VAT. I don't know what the power output is on those. I don't know if it says 0.7 amp. Yeah. I'd use it to charge my phone. I mean, there's definitely more convenient ways to do that. Like, you could put 2 filters on it. I would just challenge that these filters aren't extracting anything. They're just carbon filters. So, they're going to remove the odor, but they're not actually removing the fumes. They are just filtering those fumes through a carbon filter. So they're not going to be perfect, but they're pretty good. So look, I'm going to be honest to say, I've not really, I mean, that went surprisingly smoothly and surprisingly quickly. I've not really got anything else to say about it. It's, it came out the box, looks nice.
Perfect.
Worked perfectly. Did its first print, was up printing and finished its first print in under 35 minutes. Worth the money. Easily one of the easiest setups we've done in quite a while. Very easy to level the bed, very easy to level the build plate and everything else. Easy to do the Z offset. Works in Chi2 box. There's a profile already in there. You've not got to mess about with any of that. You do get your year of Voxel Tango as well if you don't want to use Chi2 box for whatever reason. We're obviously using Chi2 box Pro at the moment, but that profile, I believe, is also available on Chi2 Basic. And Chi2 Basic is included on the USB stick. So, again, you up and running straight away. So, we're going to put this through its paces this week. We're going to do that. We're going to do that Warhammer video. I think that'll be a fun one to sort of try and show people that actually 3D printing is viable. It's not all about compromise. And in some cases,
we'll be doing next weekend.
The standard Saturn 3 is $399. You'd struggle to get me to buy a standard Saturn 3 if this
for
was
an extra
only
$100.
Yeah, if this is an extra $100, you'd struggle to get me to buy a standard Saturn 3. I mean, again, $100 context, right? Because $100 is a lot of money to some people. If they're trying to get into the hobby for as cheap as humanly possible, then looking at something like maybe the Mono X or something like that, maybe the first place you start off. I think the Mono X's are still really, really cheap at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think they're also only 8.9s. So this again is bigger. For $499, that's a really aggressive price with a really competitive machine.
Yeah.
So, and with that, I think we'll close the live stream down. If you guys have any more questions or you're watching this later on, drop something in the video, drop something in the comments and we'll pick it up. We will be reviewing this along with everything else that we need to do at the moment. We've got a few cool projects in the works of different things that we're going to be doing. So we will keep you up to date with that. Motherboard on this is Linux. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's pretty slicer agnostic then, rather than being a proprietary board. That's good. So thanks very much for joining us, guys. Catch you on the next video. Happy printing. See you on the next one.
Bye.